A few days ago on the website, on the diary, one of you described you and Bloc Party as an odd band. Why was that?
We just see ourselves as maybe not particularly mainstream. You know, we're not like Nickelback or can't think of another example, or well, can't think of one other example, or the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You know, we're a bit more off the wall, and I think a bit crazier. So that's what we meant.
And do you see this tour with Bloc Party as an opportunity to expand your fan base here on the continent?
Definitely, we think it's a great opportunity for us, and you know, we've been fans of Bloc Party for a while, and they've been fans of us. And when they invited us out on tour, we said yes right away, and it's a good way to play to 1,000 people every night that haven't heard of our band, and hopefully we can capitalise on that and come back on our own tour, and we should be back around Europe the rest of the year by ourselves. So it's a good start.
Yeah, for the latest album called Puzzles, you've worked with some really experienced people, haven't you? Do you think it was time to start working a bit more professional, or why was it?
We've always tried to be professional in the past. This time we just felt it was time for a change, time to change labels and have maybe a fresh approach, and really just with a view to reaching a wider audience, because we've always felt that we were a good enough band for lots of people to listen to. So it was really time to make that move, and it was a great experience working with all these great people. We had a really fantastic time.
Well, one of you said that Puzzles is a more personal album. Why did you change?
It wasn't a conscious change. We've always kind of written about things in our lives, whether it's kind of fantasy things or making, you know, we've got quite a lot of humour in our lyrics, you know, believe it or not. And this one was just very personal, very kind of family orientated album, and just about close relationships with people. And so it was. We were just being honest, just kind of making music we wanted to make.
Did you want to make it more accessible to bigger audience or not?
No, we don't really concern ourselves with that. As long as we are happy making the music, you know, if we have a new song and it makes us feel great and we're happy with it, then that's the only kind of quality control we need. It's a bonus if other people like it, then great, but that's not why we do it. We do it for ourselves, and if other people like it, then fantastic. You know.
Well, you've been working on some side projects in the past few years, haven't you? Is that a way to sort of rediscover and redefine yourselves?
Really, it's a way just to have fun without taking it seriously. You know, in Biffy Clyro, we're very serious about what we do. We want everything to be amazing. We want to work really hard, and you know, and work with great people. And if you're doing a side project, you can basically do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be good, you know, like as long as it makes us smile, you know. But with Biffy Clyro, we want the songs to be great, you know. We want to be 100% satisfied. So that's why we like to have a bit of fun on the side, kind of cheating on our Biffy Clyro with.
How do you get your 100% satisfaction?
How do we get our satisfaction?
Yes.
Yeah, just from playing together. We've been playing together for such a long time that it's something that feels natural, and I think when you have that connection with the people in the audience, that it just makes it all worthwhile. And if people say they like your music, it is such a satisfying thing, and if somebody's singing the lyrics back, it really is something that's quite emotional. So it's definitely a satisfying job.
Well, like you said, you've been playing together for such a long time. Can you still inspire each other?
Yeah, well, I hope so. You know, I think if we stop inspiring each other, we'll stop being a band. You know, I don't think there's like a life expectancy on whether a band can remain inspired. But I think it's all about absorbing new music and changing. You know, like changing together. You know, and basically you got to be able to overcome problems together. You got to be able to have a similar vision and a goal in mind, and we certainly continue to inspire each other. You know, if you talk to us in the next album, it might be different. But
am I right when I say that it sounds a bit like the Foo Fighters, your latest album?
A few people have said that, so I guess everyone can't be wrong. But we think the Foo Fighters are a great band. I wouldn't say we listen to them every day, but it's it feels like a compliment. I hope you meant it as one. But yeah, they're a great band, and I guess maybe with our music being a little more straightforward than it used to be, I think it's maybe easier to make those comparisons.
I think it was you, Simon, who said that you want to be a very important band. In what way do you want to be important?
We would rather be 100 people's favourite band. A lot of our fans and stuff have tattoos, and lyrics on their arms and stuff, and we'd much rather be 100 people's favourite band than 1 million people's 10th favourite band. We would rather mean everything to someone than people just being indifferent towards us. So that's basically what I meant by that. Yeah.
Well, there's the so-called Brit Bop. Would you consider yourselves as pioneers of Brit rock or not?
No.
Not at all. No. I think we'd always like to just be out on our own and not really be compared to many other bands. And there are always, people talk about Britpop and Brit rock, and there are always new scenes coming around, and we've always felt it's important to just remain on our own as a band and not really be caught up with any other bands, because we'd just rather have our own identity, I think.
And how's touring with Bloc Party? How's that going?
Great, yeah, they're very, very laid back guys, they're very chilled out, and they don't like people smoking, which is cool. So that's the cutting our smoking down, which is good. And but they're great. We're getting on really well. We're having a really great time, and it's great fun watching them every night. And they've been very welcoming to us.
Do you see any similarities between their behaviour, because they're a bit edgier than you are, than other bands like you want to be, right?
Yeah, I think the bands that are edgy musically tend to be very chilled out, off stage, and that's no different with Bloc Party and us. We like to have a good time when we can, but to us it's very important to play a good show. And I think most bands, the bands that play kind of really straightforward music are probably a lot crazier off stage. They'd be drinking and lying in a corner just now, but we're not quite like that.
And then you're probably gonna kill me for that question, but the band's name.
Best not to ask.
No.
Best not to ask.
Okay, fine. That'll do.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're not the lucky one.
Is it really Cliff Richard's favourite?
Yeah.
It's really that boring.
Yeah, it really is that bad a story.
Very inventive.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much. It's nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well,